Alright, welcome back, and like I said before the previous break, I'm going to do a rant here. One of the things that's happening lately is a very interesting topic, is Perry Saturn. Perry Saturn has not been seen in a while. He missed the Killer Kowalski funeral, and I'm going to read a report from another board. This is from the Don, Tony, and Kevin Castle show on iTunes. And he did an investigative report on Perry Saturn. So I'm going to read this to you. And I got this from the Smart Wrestling Fan Facebook page, courtesy of John Sealer. I hope I pronounced your name. If I didn't, I apologize. Basically, the rumors are that Perry Saturn is dead. He didn't show up at the Hardcore Homecomings in 05. He didn't show up to Candido, Cronus, or Kowalski's funerals. So he is suspected missing or dead. What Don Tony uncovered was this in short terms. In the late 90s, Perry Saturn married his first wife, got a divorce, but had to pay child support. Between 2001 and 2003, Saturn meets an Asian woman and marries her. She files for divorce. Still has not paid child support from the first marriage, and the house be bought with his second wife is being foreclosed. Sometime in late 03, Saturn's second wife files for divorce. The divorce is finalized in 04. Now in 04, in July, Saturn goes on a radio show and claims to have been shot in April, the same month where he married his third wife. In August, Saturn gets a divorce from his third wife, after his third wife and him were facing eviction. His third wife was afraid for her safety and needed a police escort to go in the apartment. Don Tony's findings of Saturn and his wife's assets show nothing of any rehabilitation equipment. Now, between 2005 and 2008, Saturn's first wife tries to search for him to give him the papers, which has built up to about $30,000, not including the debts from his other two marriages. The law in Georgia, where they were married, states that he must be physically found and given the child support papers for him to be charged or judged with them. The theory is that Perry Saturn has kept out of the public eye because as soon as he appears, his first wife's lawyers will hit him with child support papers. Saturn has canceled numerous appearances and did not attend the funerals of his friends and his mentor. Basically, his first wife is looking for him, and if he makes a scheduled appearance, he will be cornered by lawyers. It is also believed that he lied about being shot in order to explain his disappearance from wrestling. That or he's dead. This man has not made an appearance in wrestling in 4 years. Well, I'm going to say this. As some of you probably know, I work with kids. And I've seen where there are single parents. You know, I see it a lot. You know, there's a couple kids, 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, and there's only one parent, either a father or a mother. Usually it's the mother. And I despise people who do not make any kind of an attempt to spend time with their kids. Perry Saturn is avoiding paying child support. Now here in the timeline, between the late 90s and about, I'll say 02, was when he was making money. Perry, you were a famous wrestler. Why could you not pay child support? That's all you had to do. Instead, you had to be a jerk. You had to be a man who doesn't have any intestinal fortitude to not do the right thing, to not do the honorable thing, and pay for child support when you clearly at that time made more money than your first wife. And now you're trying to avoid, if you're still alive, I don't know if you're alive or not, But you're trying to avoid lawyers, you're trying to avoid police, you're trying to avoid the federal government for child support. You know what, Perry, if you're watching this, I hope they do find you. And I hope they find you alive. And I hope that if they find you and when they find you alive, that they put your ass in jail for a long, long time. Because jerks like you deserve to go to jail. Jerks like you who don't want to pay money for child support are the people that are ruining the youth of America today. So as far as I'm concerned, Perry Saturn, you could kiss my ass. Why don't you be a man, go to Georgia if you're alive, and I hope you are. Go to Georgia, go to your first wife's attorneys, go to her lawyers, and be a man. Sign the papers. If you don't have the $30,000, I don't care. Be a man, sign the damn papers. Gonna be right back, and I got some big announcements on the way.